everybody, my name is Victoria. Welcome back to my channel, and I am back after a brief pause on my channel. I think it's been a month or so, maybe over a month. I have a good explanation for that. I recently had my baby. I had my baby on August 2nd, and he was a little early. He was earlier than planned. I actually ended up getting pretty sick in my week 35, 36 of pregnancy, and I was admitted into the hospital on the first day that I was considered full term, 37 weeks. They admitted me right away, and we had to induce labor. Basically, I had preeclampsia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it was an emergency situation, and we had to get him out. So I was admitted on July 29th or something like that, and he was finally born on August 2nd, and it was kind of a crazy experience, but the important thing is my son and me are both healthy, and he's beautiful, and we love him to death. We're getting used to being new parents and getting some sleep. I ordered books in like mid-July, end of July, and did not expect to go to the hospital so soon. And so I do have some books to show you, which I thought I would have been able to show you earlier than this. But here we are. I'm actually filming this today on what would have been my due date. My due date was August 19th, but yeah, we didn't make it that far. So August 2nd, we welcomed my son into the world. His name is Alessandro. He is now about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks old, and we love him so much. And yeah, other than that, just trying to kind of find rhythms and routines again, and find ways to just get back into normal life. Life looks different now. But yeah, I'm off of work, so that's nice too. And that's kind of my little life, my mini life update for the moment. That being said, I have some books that I haven't talked about that I recently acquired. I went a little bit crazy, and I did a book outlet order. I haven't bought anything from Book Outlet in a long time, and so I don't really know what possessed me. I think I saw that I had like a $5 credit, so I didn't want it to go to waste. Did they expire? It might have been expiring or something. I don't know. I just know that I had $5 to spend on Book Outlet, so I spent it, and obviously spent more than $5. Spent a bunch of other money too. It's not a huge, crazy, big book haul, so I'm going to start with my Book Outlet order, and then I will show you the summer picks from Book of the Month that I got over June, July, and August. The first book that I have to haul today is The Diviners by Libba Bray, and I have read Libba Bray before. I've read, oh no, now I can't remember the title. Whatever series, young adult series that has like a Victorian lady with like a corset on the cover. Cannot remember the name of that book, but I've read at least the first book in that series when I was a teenager. I believe I read it. So I think this is YA as well, and I've heard a lot of really good things about this. I've heard that this is kind of dark and spooky as well, but maybe a little darker perhaps than that other series that I read. But it sounds really good. It's always intrigued me whenever I've heard anyone talk about it. It seems to involve the paranormal and a murder mystery, and it's set in the 1920s. So all of that just sounds so atmospheric and fun, and maybe a good book for October or spooky season. Definitely a good fall read, I feel like. So The Diviners. This next book, I believe I heard about it from Katie from Life Between Words. I think I remember her loving this book and absolutely raving about it. And it's not really something that I would normally pick up, but honestly, her endorsement is what got me to buy it. So this is Long Bright River by Liz Moore, and it's a suspense novel, mystery suspense, and it's about two sisters, and it sounds like one of them is an addict living on the street, and the other one I think is maybe a police officer or something, has some kind of job in the law. So one of them is kind of on the outside of society, and one of them is on the inside of society, I guess. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but yeah, I've heard really good things about this, and man, I hate it when they do this. It's like a permanent book sticker. Why is that a thing in publishing? You can't take it off. It's just there. It says Good Morning America Book Club. I don't need that there. I don't need to know. Anyways, bookish pet peeve. So Book Outlet had a bunch of really pretty classic editions of like a bunch of different classics, and it was really hard to pick which ones I wanted. So I did get a couple that I don't own. So I got Grimm's Fairy Tales, which I've also never read this before, and I've always wanted to, and just a really stunning edition, really nice. And there's a quote on the back. Really like these editions. Good job, Book Outlet. Very pretty. And then I also got The Great Gatsby, which I have read in high school. I had to read it in high school like many other people did. But my high school copy, I recently got rid of it because it was all like written in and highlighted, and it was trashed. So we trashed it and got this really nice edition. I don't remember loving The Great Gatsby, but I also was a junior in high school, and I don't know if I trust 16-year-old Victoria to have good book taste. So I do want to try The Great Gatsby again someday, and now I own it and can read it in this really pretty edition. Next up, I got a couple of middle grade books, which I have kind of had my eye on for a little while now. One of them is one that my niece really loves. She loves the series, and it's The Mysterious Benedict Society. Once again, why? I don't need a sticker that I can't take off. If you're gonna give me a sticker, at least make it one that I can remove. I don't understand. I don't know a lot about this. My niece's endorsement, it was enough for me, but I think it's about a house where gifted children go, and I'm not sure what gifted means, if they're just intelligent or if they have, like, I don't know, paranormal abilities. I don't know if that's what it is, but it says on the back, are you a gifted child looking for special opportunities? And there's an ad in the newspaper, and dozens of children enroll to take a series of mysterious mind-bending tests, and maybe there's a prize at the end of it. And I think that as the reader, you're kind of taking the tests with them. It looks like there's maybe 6 books in this series, so hopefully I like this first one and will be inspired to continue on. But I'm glad to finally have this in my hands. It's been on my radar for a long time. More middle grade. So another one that I've only heard good things about and have always wanted to try is the Nevermore series. So Book Outlet had the box set for pretty cheap, and so I could not pass it up. It has Nevermore and Wondersmith and Hollow Pox. And is it a trilogy? Is that all that's in the series? I'm not sure. Let me know if you know the answer to that. I'm sure lots of people do, but I at least have the first 3. I don't know if there's going to be more or if it's just a trilogy, but they're big, thick books. So looking forward to that. Lots of good reading material here. I've heard it compared a lot to Harry Potter, magical school setting, but I don't know a lot about the plot. Very well beloved middle grade series, and perhaps for middle grade March I can start it. I realized that I don't have a lot of middle grade on my shelves already, and so when I saw these books I was like, you know what, I need to stock up on my middle grade arsenal so that I have some choices when middle grade March comes along. And then this is the last Book Outlet book that I got, and it was entirely inspired by Elliot Brooks's channel because she talks about Fireborn all the time and how much she loves it. It says, loyalty and love are tested in this gripping adventure that asks what matters most, the family you were born into or the one you've chosen. Completely booktube inspired to pick this up. Seen a lot of good things about this, so excited to have it. All right, the rest of the books are from Book of the Month boxes. First up, I have The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. And I know a few people who have either read this or started it, and I've heard some mixed things. I've heard that it's a little bit hard to get into at first, and once you get into it, it seems like people like it, but I think it's maybe initially a little bit hard to get some momentum going. But I'm not intimidated by that. I'm pretty good at sticking with the book, almost too good. Sometimes I don't DNF a book when I should, but I'm not sure. Is this YA? Don't remember, but it's at least fantasy. It looks like YA, but I'm not sure. But I think it's very like Aladdin inspired. There's like a magic lamp involved. Let me know if you've read The Stardust Thief. I'd be very curious to know your thoughts and your perspective, because I've seen some mixed ones, but a lot of positive hype for it, so figured I would pick it up. The next book of the month I have to show you is from my July box, and that was Upgrade by Blake Crouch. And I have read a Blake Crouch book before. I've read Recursion, really enjoyed it. I actually have a review for Recursion, a standalone review video. I haven't gotten to Dark Matter yet, and I really need to. But Upgrade is his latest book, and I believe it's about more along the lines of human genomes and like changing human genes and human evolution and humans' ability to control evolution. So it looks like a man wakes up and he feels a little sharper, he feels a little different, he can concentrate better at multitasking, and reads faster, memorizes better, doesn't need to sleep as much. And so something has happened to his brain. I don't know. It sounds like something happened to his brain against his will. It says that his genome has been hacked, and there's a reason he's been targeted for this upgrade. A reason that goes back decades to the darkest part of his past and a horrific family legacy. So sounds like manipulation of human genomes without your knowledge or against your will, and probably deals with like the morality of that and everything that comes with that. But Blake Crouch is excellent. I have really enjoyed him in the past, and I expect this one to be good. The next book I also added to my July box because it just sounded so interesting and sounded like something I might enjoy, but also a little different from things that I usually read. It's called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This is about two video game developers who are kind of like reconnected, and then they, I think, come up with a video game together, and perhaps there's like a love story involved, but I don't know, because it says, yes, it is a love story, but it is not one you have read before. So I don't know what that means. If it's maybe a tragic love story. Not sure. Also interesting about this book is it says it spans 30 years, which is a long time to follow two characters. So I'm wondering if it goes between like past and present, or if we follow them like 30 years into the future. I'm not sure, but it sounds really good. I didn't realize this is the same author that did The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. I haven't read that one, but I remember hearing a lot of buzz about it when it was first released, and so we'll see if this one is good too. It sounds really good. It sounds like something I might enjoy, so had to add this to the July box, even though I try to only pick one book at a time for book of the month, but couldn't help myself in that month. And then the last book is kind of a different one for me. I don't tend to go for thrillers, but for August, I decided to try Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I'm not a big thriller reader, so I tend to go in like with pretty low expectations. I tend to go in pretty blindly, and I don't usually like solve the mystery or solve the murder ahead of time. Like, I'm usually just along for the ride. So I usually like the thrillers that I pick up, unless they're more like domestic thrillers. Although I keep trying. This one might be a little more of a domestic thriller now that I think about it, but it's about Daisy Darker, and her entire family is assembling for Nana's 80th birthday party in Nana's crumbling Gothic house on a tiny tidal island. That sounds like there's just enough like suspension of disbelief that you need to make this fun. And so this family is trapped on an island where someone is killing them off one by one. And then they have to reckon with their dark family past and figure out who's killing them, who's the murderer. Is it outside or inside the family? It just sounded kind of like fun. I'm kind of picky with the thrillers that I pick up, but we'll see. This one sounded just intriguing enough to try. Those are all the books that I picked up this summer. Let me know if you have read any of them. Also, let me know what you picked up this summer and what you're looking forward to getting to. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Thank you for sticking around my channel with what has been really sporadic uploads this year. I am still here, and I do participate in the community, and I watch BookTube a lot. I just not uploading very consistently right now. Hopefully that will even out as we go. But with a newborn in the house, I can't make any promises, but I'm hoping that things get a little more consistent as we get our bearings. But I'm glad that I could sit down and talk to you today, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep reading great books, and until next time, bye-bye.